What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the game room. Welcome back to the channel. I haven't done one of these videos for a little while now because I've been waiting for the better internet. So I basically recently upgraded my internet connection. I basically upgraded from what I was on, which was a standard broadband connection, to we've gone up to a fiber connection. So I'm on BT full fiber. So anyway, hopefully this is going to be a good, because that means I'll be able to improve the quality of my videos. Now I should be able to go from uploading it at 1080p resolution to into full 4K. Anyway, this is going to be my first video at 4K anyway. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it, and there should be improved quality. Anyway, so I'm going to try and do a quicker video today. So it's going to be a video game video. It's going to be a pickup style video. So I'm going to show you what I've been buying in the first quarter of the year. So from when I did my last pickups video. So it will go from about the beginning, end of December through to like the current March. I mean, to say most of my focus has been recently has been because the eshop shutting. Well, at the time of filming this video, the eshop's closing in under a week. You've only got to the 27th of March, so the eshop is basically the on last generation Nintendo platform, so it affects mainly. It's going to affect collecting, so it's mainly going to affect 3DS and Wii U. So I've been purchasing quite a lot of those games anyway, and I'm going to show you the physical games I've got anyway. And if I have time, I might show you what I got on the eShop as well. So let's start with the games. I mean, to say the first thing, everyone knows I like my Xbox 360 games, and I basically needed this one. So this is Devil May Cry 4. I'm going for a complete set of Devil May Cry games. I think I've got them all now. This was the last one I needed. Anyway, I'm linking my collection as normal. I'll link my collection on price charting, and the price and the things will be on that, so you can see the up-to-date prices. Anyway, as you see, I pay. This was a charity shop purchase. I mean, but I mainly get my games from charity shops. These kind of games anyway. So I get the games from charity shops, car boot sales, and like Facebook Marketplace, and other sources. Maybe many CX in the UK. I'm based in the UK for people that haven't seen the channel before. Anyway, this is Devil May Cry 4. Cost me 99p. Is going for £2.88. I mean, you say that was, I believe, the last one I needed to finish my Devil May Cry set. Right. I mean, you say at the beginning of the year, basically, a game in the UK did a sale. Oh, sorry, there's a bit more of the games out of shot. I'll try not to spoil them. So that's one I've done. Anyway, they did a sale, so I picked up some games. Basically, all these games basically were in a sale. I got them more with credit, which I already had from buying like various things during the year, like my PlayStation stuff and Switch stuff, and I had credit, so none of these games actually cost me anything really. Anyway, so this was the first one I got. This is Turtles. This is the Cowabunga collection. This is basically a selection of basically a way to get access to a load of really expensive Turtles games. So it has stuff like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tournament Fighters, Turtles in Time, basically the original game, the arcade games, and that. Anyway, so there's I think there's, how many games is there on it? I don't know. There's like 15 plus games on it. Anyway, it's a good way to access to all those games on current platform. It's available on all the modern consoles, and Xbox, PC, PlayStation, and Switch. Anyway, I picked up the Xbox version. Anyway, this cost me £24. It's going for £18 now, but like, I'm not really that bothered. I didn't really actually pay anything for it, and it's cheaper than buying the original games. Anyway, I recommend that if you're after them on a more modern platform. Anyway, so the next one I got, these are still going to be from Game in the Cell. So this is Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. So this is one of a series of Monkey Ball games. So it's basically a continuation of the Monkey Ball games in the high resolution of more modern consoles. I've played previous Monkey Ball games. I played the ones starting on the GameCube through the Wii ones and that. When you say this game is really hard, I've played this and it's quite hard. It's quite difficult. I mean, you say if you can finish this, it's one of the harder things to do in gaming. Anyway, that's Monkey Ball. A good game if you're looking for a challenge. And the last game I got at the beginning of the year in the sale, this is Wargroove. So this is a PS4 game. This is still sealed. I haven't played this one. So this is going to be similar to a Fire Emblem game. Oh, sorry, Super Monkey Ball, I paid $17.99 and it's going for £16.14, so not a big there, but I like the game anyway. Anyway, so this is Wargroove, and this is similar to Fire Emblem game. This was very cheap. It cost me £3.84. It's going for $3.74 at the moment, and you can also get this digitally. I believe it's also available on platforms like Steam on the PC. That's that one. Right, so we're going to go into the more retro stuff now. So we will start with yeah. So this was one of my things. So I'm trying to get complete a set. So these games are going to be from Computer Exchange, these ones. So this is, I picked up, it was one of the last games I needed for the Professor Layton series. So this is Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy. This is one of the more expensive Professor Layton games for the 3DS for sure. There's some other ones I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, say I paid at the time and this was about a month and a half to 2 months ago. I paid 30 quid for it. It's now going for according to charting, it's at 81.76. So I think I did fairly well on that, and that was a good purchase, I believe. Right, so now we're going to go on to some more Nintendo games. So a lot of Nintendo games today. So we've got Wario Land, the Shake Dimension. I got this from the CX again. I paid £10. Oh, with CX, basically, supposedly they're pricing from the games. They don't care if they're complete or anything. They're basically going to charge you the same price for a complete copy or a copy that's missing various things from the manual. So when you buy them, you have to be careful. I mean, it's people like Retro Ghetto say it's like the CX lottery. So when you order stuff, whether it will come complete in the box or not. This one's complete in the box. It's got this sticker sheet that came with it as well, and it's going for £14. I haven't tried it currently, but it was in with a collection of games that I was going to buy, and they'd sold Wario Land, but had most of the other games, so I didn't get it in that. But I've got it now. Anyway, so that's Wario Land. It's going for £14 something. Then we move on to the more Wii games. So this is Super Paper Mario. So I've got other various Paper Mario games, but I'm trying to finish my set. So not a lot to say. I haven't played it at the moment, but I will play it. And so this is I paid £10. It's going for £11 something, but like I'm sure it will go up. And we can go say with my first GameCube game of the year. So this is Final Fantasy: The Crystal Chronicles. I've played lots of other Final Fantasy games, but haven't played this one. So this one I paid a tenner for. It's going for £10.69 some at the moment. And when you say this is the regular edition of it, it also has a larger edition box set that comes with a link cable, because it's similar to something like Zelda Four Swords, in which you can link it up to the Game Boy Advance and use the Game Boy Advance as a screen. So I've played Four Swords, so it's similar in something like that. I'll try it at some point in the minute. Anyway, as I said, you can also get that edition as well. So that's going for £10.60 something. Right, now we move on to some more 3DS games. So I've got most of the Pokemon games now. So I went with these are the Yokai Watch games. These aren't very expensive at the moment. Or let's say that in the UK they aren't very expensive. In America and other territories they're going for quite a lot, or can be some of them. I'll try and explain. So this is the first game in the series. This has been Yokai Watch 1. I paid £5 for it. You say the Yokai Watch games are a bit like a Pokemon game, in which you capture various things. So in this, they're called yokai. So they're based on Japanese mythology, and they're based on So in Japan, they've got various mythological entities called yokai. And in this game, they've basically they've exaggerated some of the features of them and somewhat. Anyway, the difference between it and a Pokemon game is the combat in this game is in real time. So you have to basically heal and select your attacks and various things in real time. I've played it some. I haven't played it to completion yet. But I mean, I will definitely finish it at some point. Maybe when I finish the Pokemon games. Anyway, that's the first one in the series. There are various other ones. And when we say that one's going for not a lot at the moment. That one's going for about £6 something. Anyway, this is Yokai Watch 2, the second game in the series. So this is I haven't played this one. This one's slightly more. So I paid £12 for this. This one's going for £8 something. Although you look out for there's other ones in the series. It goes up to the third one. The third one is a lot more expensive. Oh, you can get these digitally on the eShop as well, but like I think you can get them, well, at least in Europe, they are a lot cheaper in the physical form. Anyway, the third one game in the series is expensive. And this one, the second one, also has a more expensive version, which is I can't remember. It's like the Pokemon Platinum or Emerald equivalent for, and that goes for more. There's also the spin-off games called like Yokai Watch Blasters and that, and they go for quite a lot of money. Right. Anyway, carry on. So we've got Steel Diver. This looks quite cool. It's got like I don't know if it comes out very well on the camera. It's got like a kind of lenticular kind of print thing which looks like water reflecting. Anyway, doesn't come out very well on the camera. Anyway, it's a submarine game. There are not many games I can name with submarines. There's a couple of other ones, but this is one of them. Anyway, it's going for I paid £4 and it's going for £5.60. Slightly more unusual. Right, that's that game. Now we move on to my next selection. Okay, so this was one of my favourites of the year. So this was my second Switch game from the charity shop. This is Cruising Blast. This is a fun arcade racing game. So this is I haven't played many of the other cruising games there, but they're going back in this long-running series. So dating back to say Cruising USA and that, which was on the N64. Anyway, this is a fun arcade-style racing game. It's fairly exaggerated. It's very arcadey. It's got the courses are quite they're various based on various real world places, but they're quite exaggerated. There's various courses, there's there's various there's even UFOs and stuff in the game. The racing's fun. It's fairly arcadey. There's like you can do various tricks and stunts, and you can get various weird vehicles. I mean, you say normally you think racing games have cars in it. These have dinosaurs and various other weird things. And then you say you can collect various things. It's actually quite difficult on some of the settings to try and to get. I thought the easiest setting was easy, but not on normal and that. And you trying to get all golds is quite difficult. Anyway, that's Cruising Blast. I recommend it if you're looking for a fun arcade style racer. And I say I do like my arcade racing games. It's one of my favourite genres of game. I mean, you say this one is going for. I paid $15 for it, quite a lot from a charity shop, but I knew it was going to be worth more. It was going for £25. Right, so now we go on to a nice surprise. So we're going for Forza 2. This is Forza Horizon 2. I hadn't actually played a Forza Horizon game until relatively recently when I played I started from Forza Horizon 4, which I played via Game Pass. And they say the fourth one was set in the UK, fifth one was in South America, and this one, I can't remember what region this one was in. Anyway, this is Forza Horizon 2, and I paid £1. It's quite expensive for an Xbox 360 game. It's going for £15 or something. Anyway, so say, oh, most of these games came from the same shop as well, so a bit of an arcade racing thing. So I also got, in the same shop, I got Burnout Legends 2. So this is PSP one. It has slight wear on the top, on the box, but that's okay. It cost me £2. It's going for £4.84. And I really say I haven't found many PSP games recently, and this being one of them. I really say last game for the shop, probably the worst one in the thing, but I got it anyway. This is Just Dance. This is the original version of Just Dance for the Wii. I haven't played any of the dancing style games. I've played like the actual dancing stage or dancing games, but not these kind of ones with actual dancing. Anyway, so this one I paid £1 for, going for £3.29. Anyway, that's the first set of games. We'll try and get through this as quickly as we can. Okay, so I got this in the charity shop. So this is slightly more special. I mean, you say this is Let's Tap. This is a Wii game. But the difference between this one is this one's got a larger style box. So you think generally in a charity shop, oh, I'm up to 15 minutes. I hope this 4K thing doesn't take up too much space. Anyway, so we say this one has a larger style box. You generally think if you have a game in the from a source and it has a larger box, you're going to pay above average price. On this one, probably. So this one cost me £5. So this one looks like a party style game. But it looks like it's also crossed with, like, say, one of the old school sports games, so like track and field. So it's got two peripheral things in the box for 2 players, and you're tapping various things, and they've got like, I think it's a box kind of thing to lay the pad on or something. Anyway, I paid £5 for it. I haven't seen another copy. It's not very expensive, but like it's £5.70, so that's quite cool. Anyway, as I say, I got something else in the shop when I got that, which isn't actually a game at all, but it is video game related. Anyway, so this is the Xbox official mug. So this is a heat changing mug. So it starts out at one colour, and then when you heat it and put a liquid beverage in, it goes to the other colour. Quite cool. I mean, it's something I'm going to keep in the box. I'm not particularly going to use it. My actual mug I drink from is the Turtles one. It's an old school one that I've had since nearly when it came out. So it'd been about 1991, I think it was. Anyway, that's the Xbox mug. I paid £5. Right, then my next pickup was a set of DS games, original DS games. So I got the selection of various DS games. All these DS games were from the charity shop, all in one shop, and I got them. We'll start with this one. So this is Electroplankton. This was the game I saw at the top of the stack. So all these games cost me £4. They've got varying values. I've made my money back on just this game on its own, nearly. I paid, I paid 24 for all of them, so £4 each. I got, 6? Anyway, this is Electroplankton, so it's not really a game as such. It's a DS thing, and it's a thing. It's more like a music kind of audio visual synthesasia kind of thing. And we see this piece of software, people use this in live performance. Various DJs and music artists can use this. There's various links to various videos on YouTube of people using this. I haven't got around to playing it or using it technically. Anyway, it's quite expensive. I paid £4. It's going for £21. I think it's one to look out for. It's definitely on the basis of games that are more unusual. Definitely have more value. And when you say anything of that kind of thing, I would have probably bought anyway. Anyway, that's Electroplankton. I look forward to trying it at some point. Now we're into Meteor. So this is like a puzzle game. I didn't think it was very good. I have played it. There's other versions. I think you can get like a themed version of this. It might be a Disney version or something. Anyway, I didn't think very much of it. I tried it. I thought the controls felt a bit floaty to my thing, and I didn't feel it was as good as something like Tetris or Columns or Puyo Puyo, for instance. Anyway, I tried it. I paid £4. It's going for £8 something. Right, so next game. So we've got Picross DS. So this is on the more unusual side of games, but there are quite a few Picross games available in one. There's also the Pokemon Picross game on the 3DS, which is free to play, but you have to pay to unlock some of the content, but you can get the game for free. Anyway, this is Picross on the DS, just the base one. This cost me £4, and it's going for, well, it's slightly more, £4.05, so that's no thing there. Then we go with Pac Pix. Don't really know much about that one. It's it's got some elements of Pac-Man and something else. I'm not really that sure about it. Anyway, I paid £4 as on the tag. It's going for £4.32. The last, one of the last ones, Polarium. So this is it's another puzzle game. Basically most of these games look like puzzle games. They all came in one lot of some sorts. Don't really know much about it. It's the only one that's a big loss on this. So I paid £4 for this one. It's going for £2.92, so no loss there. And the last one was Big Brain Academy, and that's the US version on that one. That's cost £4, and it's going for £4.78. Anyway, so these US boxes are slightly different to the UK box. I'll show you a comparison in box. So the US ones are like thinner somewhat, and they've basically got a small DS logo, where the UK or European ones have a big white box and then on the cartridge you will find there's like a 3-letter code that normally tells you what region the games are from. Anyway, DS will play all region games. It's worth bearing in mind, as opposed to the 3DS, which won't play all region games without a mod. Okay, so those are those ones, and we're getting there. We're not too bad. Okay, so we go on to the next set. So we got Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. This was also from CX. It cost me £12. It's now going for £12.80, so it's not a big thing there, but it was one of the last Layton games. The only other Layton game I'm missing is Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney of Phoenix Wright. But that game is expensive. It's going for like something like around 60 in the UK. You can get it on the eShop, but it's not reduced. It's like 35, 40 or somewhere around that. Don't take my word. I think it's around 40 anyway. There's not a lot of the eShop games have been reduced. There are some in the sale, which I'll point out later. But like, I didn't bite the bullet on that one. Anyway, we'll go on to some other games. So I got some Switch games. These are all going to be from CEX again. I mean, I do like Switch games. I would say I'm trying to build my collection. I mean, hopefully later in the year we will get a second Switch. There's my Switch over hanging there on its dock behind the Xbox and that. I also like taking the Switch with me. I do like playing the games on the move as well. Anyway, hopefully we'll get a second Switch either at the end of this year or early next year. Whether it's going to be back compatible, I don't know, so I'm not sure about that, but hopefully we'll get one soon. Anyway, come on Nintendo, we believe in you. Right, let's go on with the games. So I got Breath of the Wild. I mean, I hadn't played Breath of the Wild. I mean, I definitely need a copy of at some point, so I went for this one. This one came from CX. It cost me 45, which seems like a lot. And it's not going for as much as that. It's going for 33 currently. But the game is good. It's like a 10. I've started it. I've got lots of games. The problem with this thing is I've got so many games, and even if I'm playing nearly full time, I basically don't get around to finishing most of them. Now, I finished 4 or 5 games this year. I'll get around to playing this at some point. I've started it anyway. Oh, but bear in mind, as people that have the Wii U, this is also available on the Wii U, and when you say that version of the game, I feel will be more collectible than this one in years to come, because I feel that like the games released at the end of the cycle of the machine are the ones to collect. Compare this to what Twilight Princess on the game, that was available on the GameCube and the Wii, and the GameCube version is worth a lot more than the Wii U version. Anyway, that's Breath of the Wild, or BOW as they abbreviate it to. I also went for a Fire Emblem game, Three Houses. I've played a couple of Fire Emblem games, and as you say, that I've featured Fire Emblem games in other videos before. I paid 42. It's not going for that much. It's going for 35 quid, but it's a good game. And as I say, most Nintendo games will go up. I mean, you say, right, last one in this lot. I bought all these in one lot, and this is Mario Odyssey. Paid 38. I mean, you say going for 27 something. I mean, most of these games are one of the things. I was trying to get all the games that I would think would be the landmark titles on the platform that are format exclusive. And we say this game is probably a 9 or 10 as well. And as I say, I quite enjoy it so far. I've only played through the first world. I got to the second world and then I haven't got around to playing it anymore. Anyway, so I'll pick it up back at some point. Right, let's go on to the what have we got now? Right, so we've got the Wii U. Okay, let's go on to the Wii U games. These are all CX based. And we say Mario and Luigi U. Yeah, so this is the new Super Mario U with the Luigi U. This is also available in various other forms. You can get the Mario U and Luigi U separately. You can also get it on the Switch as well, but I did get this version. Anyway, so this one's going for tenner. Oh, I paid a tenner. Going for £9.39. And when you say we move on, we've got the Luigi U. So this one's cool. It's the more expensive version of this game. I'm trying to get the camera into focus. I mean, so that's about the best. Anyway, so this it has a nice green box, everything. It was released for, what I believe, yeah, it's celebrating the year of Luigi. This version is more expensive. I paid £18 for it. It's going for $18.43. It's worth bearing in mind you can get the edition, the all-complete edition. This is more for the collectors. You can also, I think, upgrade to this digitally if you have the other version as well. Anyway, I've played the normal game. I haven't played the Luigi U bit yet. Alright, so then we've got Mario Party 10. I paid 15 for it. This isn't apparently the best Mario Party game because there's some people. I haven't played this one. I'll bear worth in mind. You basically want to put all your games into the Wii U and the 3DS now, because some of the games have an updates that you probably want before they take them off. But it means if you don't update them now, you're going to have to update them unofficially through stuff like eshop and stuff like that. Anyway, so this is Mario Party 10. Not one of the better Mario Party games or highly regarded Mario Party games, but I'm just trying to get the set anyway. So that's Mario Party. I paid 15. It's going for 13 pounds something. Then we've got Zombie U. So this looks a fun little shooter, and it doesn't look particularly Nintendo. It looks on the more on the horror end of the spectrum. And when you say this looks cool, it's got good interaction with the Wii U with the gamepad, in which you have inventory management and you have to look between the two screens and stuff like that. And we said this game has been ported to other machines, but supposedly this is the best version of the game. I paid £4. It's going for 4.43. Right, that's the Wii U games. So we move on to the next pile. So we'll move on to the some more 3DS games. So I got Monster Hunter Stories. I got this from CX. I paid, this was one of my more recent purchases. This was in a couple of weeks. I paid 38 for it. Monster Hunter Stories is a spin-off from the Monster Hunter series of games, in which it's a cross between a Monster Hunter and a Pokemon game. So if you like those kind of games and you like the Monster Hunter universe, with say all the monsters that feature in those games like Rathalos and stuff like that, you're going to enjoy this one. There is also a second game in the series called the sequel Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is available on the Switch, and it's also available on platforms like Steam. So I've got that version in Steam. I'm playing that, and this is to say that looks one of the best looking Monster Hunter style of games. Anyway, I'm playing it on the highest setting, so I'm playing with 8K on the PC, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, Monster Hunter Stories is worth picking up. I think this game was one of the ones that had a big update though, so I think you want to grab the updates, and potentially there might be some DLC. I can't remember. Lots of these games have DLC. Some of them are free, but some of them you have to look up. Anyway, I'm using the skin. I'm playing Monster Hunter, the other main Monster Hunter game on the PC at the moment, and my skin for my feline is the character from this game, the cat looking thing. Anyway, it's feline is the term they use for it in Monster Hunter. That's that one. Right, so I got continuing with the Monster Hunter theme. I also picked up the Monster Hunter Generations. Now, it's worth bearing in mind the Capcom have a sale on the eShop. So it's not in European territories, and so you can get these games. There's quite a few of them. They say if you're in America, I believe it's in America, you can get a lot of these Monster Hunter games. They're for like $3 or $4, whereas as you say in Europe, they're not accessible. Well, unless you get multi-region accounts, but I haven't got into that. And I'm going to say you don't have long left. Anyway, I paid £8 for this game. It's going for £6.80. But like, I'm trying to get the Monster Hunter games. I would have bought all the other ones if I could got them for £3 or like physically. But it's worth bearing in mind that these were games you to get full use of them. You probably need a newer model of the 3DS, which is the one that has the second analog stick, which is a new what's called a new 3DS, because it enables you to play the game at the best thing. And I believe this game is also upgraded because that 3DS has a better processor. Or you can, in theory, play it on the old model if you have what's called the Circle Pad. I don't have a Circle Pad, but I'm probably going to upgrade my 3DS to one of the newer models at some point. I've only got was it 3DS XL? I'll show you my 3DS in a minute anyway. Right, there's that game. And we say we move on to the other ones. So we go Mario Party Star Rush. Not much to say about this one. Oh, I paid £12. It's going for £12.70. Not much to say. And we just say Pilot Wings game. This is Pilot Wings on the 3DS. It was one of the launch games, I believe. I paid £8 for it. It's going for £8.26 something. There are only 3 Pilot Wings games available. I mean, you say Pilot Wings, the original Pilot Wings on the N64, and this version of Pilot Wings. Now I have the entire set. I do like Pilot Wings. It's not really like any other Nintendo game. It's a fun arcade kind of flight sims style thing. If you like that kind of thing, check it out. Anyway, I'll try that at some point. Right, that's Pilot Wings. And then we did the last game on the 3DS, well, the physical ones anyway. I've got Super Smash Brothers. I mean, say I was trying to finish my set of Smash Brothers games. I'm missing the original one. I think I'm missing the N64 one. I've got all the other versions, I think. Then they said this one, I've tried it briefly. It plays okay on my model of 3DS anyway. As I say, fighting games on a handheld, not particularly. I don't think they play as well as they would on the console or computer. Anyway, as I say, I got that one. It's also compatible with the version on the Wii U. So if you've got that and you've got some crossover, I think you can link the two. I haven't tried doing it currently, and it's also compatible with the Amiibo. Right. Nearly there now. So I got Phantasy Star Episode 3 Card Revolution. So this was my second GameCube game of the year. I do like GameCube games. I've got about 30 something. You can see my collection of GameCube games online anyway. Right, so I paid $25 for this one. It's going for $22.89, but like I'm sure it's like all GameCube games, it will go up. And when you said this one, I've played the original Phantasy Star games, where like Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast, which I started with when I got in. It said this one is Phantasy Star crossed with a card game. So it's got the deck building aspects. It's more similar to some of the newer card games as well. It's similar to like Marvel Midnight Sun or stuff like that, or some of the deck builder family. And when you say people I know know me, I know I like my TCGs, so anything like this is like a crossover game between the two, so that's quite cool. Anyway, we'll start the last two games. So I've got Luigi's Mansion. I'm trying to finish my Luigi's Mansion set, so I paid $15 for this one. It's going for £11 something. It's from CX. Anyway, this one does not work. So CX basically, unfortunately they don't actually test their games. So they're like, I get to the point where some of them don't work. But if you buy a large amount, some amount aren't going to work. Anyway, this one looked like it would be okay, but I put it into the DS and it doesn't recognise it. So I'm basically going to take this one back. I will get another replacement copy because I know they're guarantees. They're like 3 months plus on some of the things. I don't know. Right. I'm going to get another copy at some point. I started at the original Luigi's Mansion. So this is Luigi's Mansion 3. I paid $35. I got it from the same place. And it's going for $25. So not a big thing. But I'm probably going to play it. Maybe even as soon as I film this video. Anyway, that's that one. I mean, I got a board game as well, so saying people know I like my board games. And we see I'm just doing the crossover ones. I'm not going to feature all my board games. I may spin that off into a separate thing. Anyway, this is Minecraft Builders and Biomes. I paid a mere £2 for it. I mean, knew the game would go for about 25-30. It looks like it's got a reasonable review. I mean, for board games, you look on Board Game Geek. Board Game Geek is the site to look for board games. And it has a equivalent of a Metacritic score for board games. So this one's got a 7 point something. So it goes on a 1 to a 10 scale. So it reckons it's got a something to it. Anyway, it's got a reasonable a 36-minute playing time from like 2 to 4 players. Anyway, there's also a card game available that I've got and might show at some point. Anyway, there's that. All right, so I also got one last thing. It was hardware related. So I got this, which is a Mayflash arcade stick. It's an F300 model. So this is basically a solid arcade stick. I know you can hear the buttons. Click. So this is compatible with basically all the hardware, basically. So this is an arcade stick. It's compatible with nearly most hardware. So it's compatible with PC, Series X, Switch, PS5, PS4. I think it's compatible with like the Neo Geo Mini. Yeah, it says I've got the box here. It's on the floor so you can see it. It's PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PC, Android, Switch, and Neo Geo Mini. Although those you might need an adapter on some of them. I've only tried it with the PC currently. It's supposedly compatible with all those hardware, but you may need what's called a Mayflash. There's like an adapter of something that you might need to plug in for it to be fully compatible. Anyway, I've had no problems in the time I've used it. It's a solid stick. It's technically at the bottom end of their spectrum of sticks because there's like they go upwards to more expensive ones. This is the one that's at the budget end of the spectrum. I got it from CEX. I paid quite a lot for it. I paid 50 quid for it. But like, I'm happy with it so far. I'm basically using it on the fighting games, like I've used it on Guilty Gear Strive at the moment, which is on Game Pass, and I've not had any problems with it. You can basically reconfigure all the buttons. You've got the Xbox button layout, and you can also have the PlayStation button layout as well. And there's various settings at the top to enable you to change between the two. They've got turbo buttons, and various other things. Anyway, I'm using it for the fighting games mostly. I might use it on some of the arcade shooting games as well. And I'm quite happy with it at the moment. I recommend the Mayflash thing, particularly if you don't just want to get a arcade stick and you don't want to have to buy lots of different ones for if you've got lots of different platforms. Anyway, Soph the dog isn't with us today. She's not here at the moment. She's probably in the kitchen somewhere. Anyway, I'll try and show you what's on my DS currently. So I'm going to try and boot up the DS, and I'll show you what I've been buying from the eShop on the DS. So the DS eShop it's just booting. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, here's what I've got on the DS, 3DS. So let's try and scroll. I'm trying to film and scroll at the same time. Right, let's go through the menu. Right. Okay, so now I've got the camera bit in focus, so I'm basically showing you what you can get from the eShop. So this is basically the applications you need. These are basically going to be on the 3DS. So this is Pokemon Bank. So basically this is where your Pokemon storage depot for basically storing the older style of Pokemon games. It's compatible with games dating back to it's compatible with like X, Y, all those kind of ones. Anyway, so the Pokemon Bank, you basically need to download this application now, because when they take it off, currently there's a subscription involved, but when they take it off, you basically will be able to have it for free. But you basically need to be able to pay the subscription to be able to use it. So basically Pokemon Bank here, and there's also another linked application which is called Pokemon Transporter. So you basically have both of these, and this will enable you to have basically those combined with the physical games and the eShop ones. So will enable you to be able to get access to everything. So basically I downloaded all the eShop games. I basically got Pokemon Yellow, I got Red, Blue, Heart Gold's that's Red and Blue. I got Heart Gold and Soul Silver. No, sorry, not Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Those are the newer versions. So this is Silver and Gold. Okay, so we got those. Then, sorry, that spoiled some of it. And then the upgraded one. So you got Crystal, and I also got Pokemon TCG. And then the last application I got is Pokemon Dream Radar. So this is basically enables you to get various things. Anyway, it's a digital exclusive. It's basically like an early augmented reality game. It enables you to get certain forms of various Pokemon in various games. Anyway, these Pokemon games are going for, I think they're $9.99 each or something. Oh, let me check. $8.99. They're going for $8.99 each, and they basically there's the chance that it'll come out on the Switch. But like, I feel you want to be able to get these now, and if you don't want to take that gamble, and if you're about preserving history and stuff, I would get them now. Okay, so I also went for these Ace Attorney games. These are the two exclusive ones. This is Professor Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Those are the eShop exclusive ones. These are only available exclusively on the eShop. They are not reduced. They're going for about $19.99 and $25, I believe. But they're exclusive. Whereas the newer ones you can get ported. They're available on the Ace Attorney collection, and there's more modern platforms. Anyway, I'll show you some of the 3DS games, actual 3DS games I picked up. So currently, there's a sale on the Atlas games. So basically, this sale is mainly applies to Europe. So this is Persona Q. these games are mostly not going to be very expensive. So this is Persona Q. So I basically got all the Atlas games, or will get all the Atlas games that I can. So this is what cost me. Persona Q cost me $3.59. The physical versions, as I've said before, all the Atlas games are worth buying. People, they're very expensive, or can be. And when you say that is probably your last chance to get these at a decent price. And when you say the other ones, I picked up Stellar Glow, also by Atlas, so paid £3 something for $3.49. Cold Set Revolt by Atlas. This was slightly more expensive. It was $7.99, but like it looks like a cross between like a board game thing and like an RPG kind of Monopoly crossover thing. It looks interesting. I haven't played it yet. It was $7.99, not much compared to the physical, which is like £60+. Quite a lot of the Etrian Odyssey games are reduced. This is one of them. This is Etrian Odyssey Untold, which I think I played it briefly. They're all like a dungeon crawlers. I haven't really tried any of the Etrian Odyssey games, and I wanted to get them. I mean, you say Etrian Odyssey 2, 4, 2 and 4 and this one are available in the reduced section. Then I got Devil Survivor 2 Record Breakers. This is also expensive and physical. This is £3.49 currently. And then one of the other RPGs, I got RPG Maker Fez. So this is like an RPG construction kit kind of thing, and you can get games on it and make games. $3.99 cost. And then I got Karos, I believe it is. So it's like a crossover, the Beast of Eden. So it's a crossover. It's like an RPG cross with a visual novel shooter kind of thing, which looks unusual. I'll try that at some point. There's some other games that I haven't got around to picking up yet, but I need a few more. There's some other ones I need to pick up, but those are the ones I've got. Anyway, basically, so people that don't know, so basically to buy the games now on the eShop, you basically need to link the account. So you need to have 2 accounts. You need to have a account, what's called a Nintendo account, which is basically what was used on this generation of platform. And then you also need to have a account for the more recent one, like a Switch account. And then basically you can link the 2 and add funds that way. That's basically the only way to add funds to your account now, unless there's something I'm aware. Anyway, if you want more details on that, I'm sure you can look at another YouTube video. I'm just going to show you what I picked up on the Wii U before we finish. Right, that's the 3DS off. Right, let's boot up the Wii U and see what we can do. I'll see what I can do on this. I need to pick up various things. Anyway, see what we can do. Right, let's see if we can show you the Wii U. The glare on this camera might be too much. Oh, it's worth bearing in mind if you're downloading games from the Wii U and 3DS, they're quite slow. I mean, say they take a while to download. Please allow time to do it. It takes quite a while. Right, I can show you from the gamepad because that's probably the best view. Sorry about the glare on the camera. Let's see what I picked up. Alright, so I got these are. So I've basically split them into categories. So basically I got games that are basically not going to be really... So I got some exclusives, and then I also got some other stuff as well. So I got Tachyon Project. That's a twin stick shooter. I didn't pay much for it. It was a couple of quid. Oh, let's see if I can switch over to that. That'll be easy. So I got NES Remix, which is a compilation, basically an old school games of various games from the NES kind of era, and there's 2 volumes of that. They will pay not very much. I got most of the games from the Virtual Console. I picked up most of the PC Engine games that were reduced. I got like Air Zonk. I got all the Soldier Blade games. Yeah, so I got Star Soldier, Blazing Lasers, Super Star Soldier. That's the other volume in NES Remix. I got Shovel Knight. That's basically Shovel Knight, the treasure trove thing. So you can also get that on the 3DS, but I think that's like £5. The NES remix were like 8, 9. These shooters were like 5, 6 quid each. I got Nano Assault Neo, which is like a twin stick shooter. That's quite fun. It uses the gamepad, so you use the gamepad as like a map kind of thing. Anyway, those are what I picked up. I mean, they're not very expensive. Get them now while you can. Anyway, they're cheaper than the PC Engine versions anyway, for sure. Anyway, I think we're just going to round out the video now. That's basically, it was just a quick look into what I got. Anyway, let me say, I'll turn that off when I finish. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope that the video quality's gone up, improves. I hope this won't take too long to upload either. And we're going back and more to my traditional length of videos, around 45 minutes to an hour. Anyway, so thank you for watching. I'm going to say I'm going to keep doing these. So I'm going to say I'm going to do a more usual video, which will be one of my more focused videos. So the next one's going to be about gun games for sure. I'll probably do that within the next week or so. And we say this was just a special one. I was mainly waiting for the internet connection to improve anyway. And we say hopefully you enjoyed it. And as I say, next the next one, we're going to bring a couple more features to the channel. We're probably going to do open up voting on my various videos we're going to do. I mean, you say we're going to have you're going to be able to vote for the choice of video you want to see after the next one. I was thinking that I was going to offer the choices were going to be something like my box hardware collection, which is going to feature a lot of my boxed hardware. I was going to do, like, say, my favourite games on the Xbox 360, and then maybe my most expensive games in my collection, for instance, anyway. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. A subscription is always the best thing you can give me. Anyway, thanks very much for the support. Hopefully see you again soon. Love you. Bye.